Hi there! I'm going to be showing you today what we did for our final year project. It is based on position-based dynamics, a football net simulator run in the Unity 3D game engine. Have a look. Looks cool, doesn't it? Let's meet the team first. We're made up of 3 final year students. You've got me, Hassan Faour, Mohammad Al Makdah, and Abi Nassif. And we were advised by Professor George Takiya. Now, the focus of our project was position-based dynamics. It's an animation technique grounded in the laws of physics. With this technology, an object's animation is determined by how its constituent particles react with the environment and other objects around it. In our case, the football net was a piece of cloth. To make it work, 2 important parameters were needed to determine its movement: the stretching and the bending constraints. Firstly, the stretching constraint. For every pair of adjacent particles, P1 and P2, the distance between them must always be greater than the distance between their initial positions. The stretching stiffness is a scale factor between 0 and 1. The higher it is, the less P1 and P2 can distance themselves from each other. Here we can see the effect on the cloth as we decrease the stretching stiffness. It's kind of cool, don't you think? Now for the bending constraint. Every 3D model is divided into triangles. So when the cloth is bending forwards and backwards, what is happening is a bunch of triangles transforming. Every pair of adjacent triangles must have the angle between their normals N1 and N2 greater than the angle at the initial state. Again, the bending stiffness is a scale factor between 0 and 1, and the higher the stiffness, the more the forwards and backwards bending is restrained. As the bending stiffness decreases on the cloth, it begins to bend forwards and backwards. Not bad. For our own simulation and for the modeling of the ball and the net within, we used the open source OpenMesh library to make our own meshes, and OpenFlipper to import them into Unity. Towards the end of the project, however, we found that ours looked a little bit too simplistic. So we found a prefabricated set of meshes and used them in our final design. As soon as we had a model that we could work on, we began trials to implement physics systems into our net. We had many different physics engine options to choose from. We had NVIDIA Flex, OB Physics, and Unity's built-in cloth mechanism. To make sure we chose the best animation effect for our project, we tested all 3 of them. To do that, we created a single scene where we put all 3 implementations together. After the testing, we decided in the end to go with Unity's built-in component. After adding the cloth component to our mesh, we fixed the vertices of the edges, seen in red, to the goalposts. We then added box colliders to each side of the net and then set up the necessary particle-based dynamics values for the physics. After finishing the goal, we created a shooting system where the player can control variables like the position of the ball, the direction of the shot, the force of the shot, the bending and stretching constraint of the net, and the camera angle. Here are a few videos of our results. Thanks for watching.